It's so cute. This video is about school for all you school people out there.
We're just gonna give little tips because we've been in school for basically we've been in school like
Forever.
We've been in college
for a couple years.
You'll be 20, I'll be 19 still. Forever.
Forever, actually.
Forever 19.
Literally immortal. We know a thing or two about whatever, but we also seem to have like very different opinions on what is important for school. Let's start with number 1. Making friends.
She'll begin.
Talk to everyone. Talk to the people you don't even usually talk to. Stay confident and just go for it. Because if there's anything I've learned in college, is that if you don't take a chance, what is the saying? You lose every chance you don't take.
You'll be lonely and friendless, and you'll have no one to eat with.
Forever.
It'll be horrible.
Exactly.
It really will.
You'll have to eat in the bathroom.
You'll spend your first
alone.
night crying and curling up in your bed and thinking about calling your father, but you decide not to because you want him to believe that you're okay.
Having a good time. My 3rd day of college, I went home because my boyfriend broke up with me. On the 3rd day of college. I'm 100% serious. I went home because I was so sad. And my roommate was looking at me like I was crazy. Like I felt really bad because I just cried a lot. I met these really amazing people that like were really nice to me afterwards, so it works out for the best.
Okay, I'm a little bit different because I can't talk to everyone. It's hard. Well, I've definitely changed as the years gone on, but like first thing to do is like you gotta know that people are gonna think the exact same thing you think. They're gonna think, why should I try if they're not gonna try? And the thing is, everyone wants a friend. Like you don't want to be lonely here, so you just kind of gotta realize like, who the F cares? Just go say hi. If anything, you know, just be like, just when you walk into class, just be like, is this seat taken? Because that just opens the door to you being able to be like, hi, my name is blank. And maybe you'll make a friend, and maybe you'll just make an awkward acquaintance whose presence is somehow still in your existence, and when you see them, you think you should smile, but then you don't, and then you just kind of forget about each other as time goes on.
How uplifting! You could always just stalk them. A couple days ago, I was in my art history class, and there was a guy behind me, and I recognized his last name from somewhere, but I couldn't tell where I recognized it from. It turns out that I had like this humongous crush on this this dude's brother, and I like asked him if he was related, and he's like, yeah, and I was like, whoa. So that's how I started a conversation with him, and like I think we're talking as friends now, which is cool, but I'm never gonna tell him that I had like this humongous crush on his brother. That was a really awkward time in my life. I think I followed him into a boys' bathroom once, but that's a different story. Anyway, it's fine. Let's talk about number 2, studying. I am a flashcard person. I'm also, when I study, you can't talk to me. That's just how I study. Some people are different, but I think the main thing is like you just gotta find how to study, and that's like boring, or I guess, I don't know, like cliche as it sounds, you should probably take like a personality test. I don't know what they're called, but a test to see like what ways do you learn best. And it took me basically my entire life until I got to college, and I realized, wow, I can't bullshit this stuff. I gotta really sit down and do it. Take a test. Just take one of those tests. It'll help. It really will. I have the opposite
advice.
I don't fucking study ever. I'm not trying to diss y'all that are in the IB program, but I didn't do shit. I did jack jiggly squat. I don't know how that was a hard program for some people. I know it was like stressful at times, but I wrote most of my papers in one night. I never really studied for a test. I almost flunked biology. The test. I passed the class because the teacher liked me. I don't study. Sometimes I look over things. I've had to study for some art tests. Here is something that most people won't hear, and you art kids out there will appreciate me for saying this. Like, as far as art projects go, like, some of my best work has come from like doing something the night before. You do your best work when you're under pressure, and I truly believe that. I think if you're gonna sit down and do something, if you can manage your time, if you're an artist and you know what you are capable of, and you sit down and you do something and you work on that piece of art like for hours on end, like 14 hours if you have to, spend all night doing it, That could be the best work that you've ever done. I feel the same way about papers. I do the papers the same way. I know what I'm capable of, and I try really hard to manage my time. I give myself at least a night to do it, but I end up pulling all-nighters, and my study habits are not as cleanly as yours, but they're efficient. And if you work that way, there's nothing to be ashamed of, because if you can get A's and you can pass something and you can go for it, like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Some of my best papers have been all-nighters, where I've gone to class with zero sleep, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like,
and that's okay. Teachers will tell you, like, no, like, don't pull all-nighters to these papers, do not. Here's my problem with breaking it up. If you, like, separate it into days, you forget what's going on. Like, I just think that, like, if you literally block out your time and sit there and just do it at one time, you can get a better paper out than separating it into 3. That's just my personal opinion, but whatever.
To each their own.
You do you. Whatever works for you works. No one's gonna tell you any different. Number 3, teachers.
Stigma that everyone finds is that they are scary. You're an adult, and they are an adult. Now that you are both adults, there's a mutual respect between, like, the professor and the student. Just act like an adult. Just
act like an adult.
Like, grow up, basically. Just realize, like, they want to help you as much as you want their help.
I feel like when you're in high school, you have to be there. They're being paid to watch you because you have to be there. In college, like,
it's like a babysitting job.
Yeah. But in college, it's like,
you're paying for that class.
Depending on the university that you go to, or the college, or whatever private institute you attend, you're paying up to, like, from like $100 to, like, it could be up to like $400, $700 per class. If you miss one class period, that's $700 out the window. Like, are you kidding me? I used to go to, like, a private art school, and I, like, remember calculating this with my friends, like, how we had our classes once a week, and they were 6-hour classes. So, like, if you didn't want to go, like, it's just so expensive. Like, what I've learned is that, like, you want to be there.
We had a technical difficulty.
I don't know how I feel about this right now. Anyway, those are our back to school tips. I'm sure you don't really care, but we'll, you know, put our input in anyway.
You only got
this.
Yeah, you only got
4 years.
You have 3 years, because senior year is not a fun year. I'm just saying. From whatever. Develop yourself.
Just be you.
Or not be you.
Be either one. And then morph that into you. And that's your new you.
No one should be what I was in freshman year, and that was like a... We're not going to talk about freshman year.
Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll be back at some point. Adios.
Bye.